You see, life is for the living, and that as long as you don't give up, you always have a chance to make it out at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes I know everybody says there's light at the end of the tunnel, but I say that light can also be at the beginning of the tunnel, and that's that little glimpse of hope that you can have that helps to push you through or gives you that strength and the last energy to hang on. They say you need to hang on the last strings like it was the last thing that you were ever going to do for yourself on this earth. And it's exactly what my guest this afternoon has actually done for himself. Losing his dad when he was just 5 months old, and in-laws coming in to seize and pack off everything, pushing him and a wandering mother, a young widow, away. It's a situation that no one had asked for, but it happened and it shaped his life forever. Tomasang Emmanuel is a young man that has grown with the Lord. I would say if you want to ask me, what is the meaning of the word tenacity? I would say, look at him. It's exactly the story of this young man. It's not my tale to tell, but I'm inviting him on set this afternoon, so he'll be sharing that wonderful story. Today, he has blossomed into an artist, a videographer, a restaurant owner, just so many things. And I just want to englobe that and say I'm receiving a young and amazing entrepreneur this afternoon. Are you there, Emmanuel? Emmanuel, come on right in. And did I say good afternoon to you all and welcome to MIDI Live? If I didn't, now I'm doing. Come. Come right in. Are your phones on flight mode or off? Because I know that people will be trying to call you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
All right, okay.
It's a pleasure to be on set with you today.
No, the pleasure is mine receiving you. Okay. A young man that is inspiring a lot of people. So please sit down. Okay. Sit down. Chef, bonjour. Bonjour. Je vois c'est la viande hachée.
Oh, ouais.
OK. Alors, explique-nous, qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Bon, aujourd'hui, notre invité va manger les boulettes de porc.
OK.
Donc, les boulettes de porc, pour composer nos boulettes de porc, nous avons besoin des œufs, persil, ail, oignon, un peu de chapelure.
D'accord.
Qu'on va tout hacher pour inclure là-dedans.
D'accord.
Comme garniture, il y aura des frites de plantain à table.
All right. Alors, installez-vous, parce que l'avion de décollage de cet épisode de MIDI Live en 2005, voilà, ça a décollé. C'est parti. À tout à l'heure.
Dans ta maison, ton horizon, tu comprends que tu n'auras plus jamais la paix. Diminué, tu es à jamais. Et quand vient le moment où le doute rythme ta douleur et qu'il emporte ce qui reste pour la route. Ah, je t'invite un jour dans ma vie, seulement là, yeah. C'est purement mon pire ennemi. Je ne souhaite pas, mais pour le comprendre, il faut l'avoir vécu. Tu entends que l'enfant que tu attends est différent, qui sera dépendant. Tu comprends que rien ne sera plus pareil. Dans ta maison, ton monde, tu comprends, plus rien ne te paraît. Dans ton horizon, ah, je t'invite un jour dans ma vie, seulement là, yeah. C'est purement mon pire ennemi. Je ne souhaite pas, mais pour le comprendre, il faut l'avoir vécu. Seulement là. Imagine les parents qui enterrent leurs enfants. Imagine, et quand la maladie te dévaste, t'imagines, du jour au lendemain tout bascule. T'imagines, ah, je t'invite un jour dans ma vie, seulement là, yeah. C'est purement mon pire ennemi, je ne souhaite pas, mais pour le comprendre, il faut l'avoir vécu. Seulement là, yeah. Seulement là.
Voilà, merci beaucoup. C'est Vanessa et Patrick, bien sûr, du côté du piano bar de la CRTV. Ça se passe ici chez nous, chez vous aussi, à Midi Live. Et j'espère que vous allez rester jusqu'à la fin parce que, Bilashi, how are you doing? Now,
Great.
I know I told everybody in the beginning of the show that you're Tumasang Emmanuel.
Obviously.
And then I just called you Bilashi.
Yes.
But that's the name, the other name that you've given to yourself?
Yes. Actually, Bilashi Emmanuel or Bilashi the Messenger, it's my dad's name.
Okay,
So I decided to use it as an artist name.
okay.
Bilashi the Messenger or Bilashi Emmanuel.
Honoring him.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that. So you briefly want to just take us through your story growing up, what all of that was like, because it is that story or that backstory that actually has shaped you into this young man that you are today.
Obviously. Well, what I can say, who is Bilashi Emmanuel or who is Tumasang Emmanuel? Tumasang Emmanuel is a young Cameroonian, and I'm a gospel artist. I'm a fashion designer. I'm a music video director. I'm a professional photographer, a lot of things. So
You own the restaurant.
in global, I'm an entrepreneur. So I grew up, life has not been easy. But what I would like to say is that the most important thing, like the best thing that has ever happened to me, is that God permitted me to know what suffering is all about. As I used to ask myself that without the suffering, who would I have been today? Because of all the sufferings, I'm actually who I am today. So I lost my dad when I was about 5 months old. And I just grew up with grandmom.
Yeah.
And later on, grandmom passed away. I had to come to Yaoundé to meet mom. Her mom was in Yaoundé. She came to Yaoundé. She was living with a man. So I was with my grandmom. When grandmom passed away, I came to Yaoundé. So since I was not the son of the man he was living with, so there was always problem.
Yeah.
The man didn't like me, and later on, we were driven away from the house because he used to beat my mom.
Oh my
Maltreat
God.
my mom and stuff like that. So
And you will have to rebel against that.
So I reached a point because when I came primary school, when I arrived here, I was around primary 4. So I started selling groundnut on the street, puff puff, banana. Mom used to make it. I walk and sell it. I'll sell lotus, sweets in buses at van. So when this one is not given, I'm forced to do
Trying
the other one. I'll go to the market, I'll push wheelbarrow, I'll do a lot of things.
Wow.
A lot of things to be able to, that when school comes, I'll pay my school fees and maybe buy books. So I reached a certain point around from 3. That year I decided to, because I was a little bit older,
Okay.
I decided to work in a chantier. So unfortunately that year I worked in a chantier.
How long?
For the 3 months holidays.
Oh, yeah.
Because I used to work during holidays, sell during holidays. So I decided to work the 3 months. But unfortunately, I was not paid. So I had to go back to school, which was from 4. So I was driven out from school because I was the only student who did not pay school fees. I was during a PTA meeting, my books were taken and I was driven out. So I left the school crying and there was no hope because by then I was living, we were living the room, life. Life is really wonderful. We're living, by then when we left the man my mom was living with, like my stepfather. We had to look for a small room which we were putting carton on the floor and putting dresses to sleep with mom. And she was doing puff. At times she used to sell food, but business was not really that way. And when it was school, at times I'll go to school without eating because life was tough, really, really tough. And that is how I decided to leave from school with tears in my eyes.
You dropped out.
I left out from the gate. All my friends were in school, and I was the only one who did not actually pay school fees. And there is no uncle, no auntie that you can look up to actually help you. So I left from school crying. I was seated when I was going there are some stairs I used to I sat there, I was watching at the school, and then a voice in my heart just told me, don't worry, c'est Dieu qui assure mes lendemains. That's why you see one of my songs, which is actually titled Mes lendemains. There's a lot of things that goes on in it, which is a true life story. I used to encourage everyone that is watching the video. So I left from there. The title of the song came later, the melody came, and it became a song. So I'm so grateful. So when I left from there, I started doing Okada. I had a bike.
What age?
What age?
Were you 15 yet?
Yes, I was around 15, more than 15, 16, 17. So I left.
You didn't even have rights to have like a license.
Obviously.
Because you were minor.
It was not easy to get the bike because by then, as I left from school, the church I was going to, there was a brother. I went to explain the situation and the pastor. So I had some little money on me. I think it was about 30,000. So they had to complete the money for me to, the brother complete the money to around 60,000 francs. I took an old bike from somebody, of which I was always at the garage, garage. So I managed until I paid the money, and that is how I gathered money. And when I went to pay for a training in electronics, like TV repairing and electronics.
Refrigerators.
So, obviously. I did about 1 year and a half there. So, unfortunately, my patron was not teaching me work very well. Because when I come in the morning, maybe you send me to Biamasi, to Brick, I'll trick, working all over.
Really?
To go and look for a part for a TV. When I come back in the afternoon, I'm already tired. And at times, too, the way I wanted to learn work, because I was eager to learn too.
Yeah.
Because his condition was not easy. Most of the time, when I come, when he's working, I will like try to ask him that, what are you doing? To test this current from here to here. He will shout at me that I just came and I want to know what is more than me. So he used to use words like that. At a certain point, I paid for 1 year. And when I was there, I used to put ripe banana. When I was at the electronic shop, I used to sell banana and biscuits to be able to catch up because I was not doing bike
anymore.
So I used to sell banana to be able to complete the other 5 months. So when I say month end, I pay. I reached a certain point, almost 2 years, I see I was not moving forward.
Yeah, not learn anything.
And I had a friend, he's called Joshua, and thanks to him today, he used to pass with his bicycle. And I always admire him. I said, wow. Then he used to buy anything for himself. He always have money. I said, okay, what are you doing? He said he's into embroidery. I just told him that I would like to do what you are doing. He said, okay, if I'm ready, he's going to take me to his boss, to his patron. I went there, I saw his patron. I went with mom, and we spoke about the modalities. So I came, I told my patron that thank you for the time we've been together, but I've decided that I will no longer do electronic again. So I'm going to do doing bet marking. So I had to leave from there, do Okada again. I struggled to look for money.
Save some money.
Save some money. I paid for 8 months training. I paid all. So what I used to do is I work from morning to 8 p.m. because we used to close from work from 8 p.m. I'll do Okada to 1 p.m., 2 p.m. I'll go back. I'll sleep. That's how life was. We were moving forward, and that's how life was going. Then at a certain point, when I knew work, my boss started giving me, at times he started giving 500, 1,000 francs, at times 2,000 francs. So I saw no need of doing Okada again because at times when I work the whole night, I'll come to learn work. It will be very difficult because I'm sleeping.
You're tired.
I'm very tired. So I had to sell the bike to focus on work. So what I used to do is the 2,000, 1,500 I used to save it. So it was at Marché Vogbeti, here in
Okay.
Yaoundé. There was a day I heard there was a marking machine.
Okay.
Somebody was selling it because there's the person that supplied me machine up to today, all the machines we have. So I heard he was selling a marking machine. I took my patron there, he saw it and said it's nice that I can begin with. So I took the money I had saved. Mom added some money too. I took the machine, I started working in the house.
Wow.
But unfortunately, I could not complete the months I paid for work because I was actually to learn work for 1 year. But because of the anxiety, I learned work
We're
for
very
3 months.
steadfast. Yeah.
And I worked with my boss for extra 2 months. Then I decided to
Kick off.
kick off. I took the machine, went to the house. I started moving from tailor to tailor. I told them that I'm a marker. They have dress to mark. They come and give me, let me mark. And
Wow.
that's how I started. Then one day, I was going to Acacia to buy thread to come and mark. I just saw somewhere at the Entree Camini, Boutique Alloué. I just took the courage that when coming back, I'll ask. I dropped by, I asked, without having no 5 francs.
That's what I want to hear.
So I went to see the landlord. He told me the month was, that time was about 25,000 francs per month. He was asking for 6 months. I told him that I'll be able to give him 4 months with caution.
Did you have 4 months?
I do not have any money on me. So what I did is I went back, I started thinking. So I had to call all the contacts I have. Please, I need 5,000, I need 10,000, borrow me, I'll give you back, without having any hope. So I was able to, they sent 10,000, 10,000, 5,000 until
whatever they had.
Whatever they had, I saw the money was complete. I just went and paid for the place.
Wow.
I paid for the place. It was not easy. At the beginning, it was not easy, but time to time, work was entering. I had 1 worker, 2nd worker, 3rd worker, until I ended up the whole line. There were like 5 shops there. So I ended up owning all the 5 shops because when somebody left, I had to take it because the space was small. So I had people I was training, I had a lot of workers. So that is how the story of fashion designing kicked off. Then I was learning marking, but about sewing.
Yeah, exactly. Because what you're actually wearing, I need to tell televiewers that what you're actually wearing, you made it.
Obviously, I made it. And what happened is I learned but marking, not sewing. So I employed people that sew.
Okay.
So from them, I learned from them. I also used tutorials to learn.
On YouTube?
On YouTube.
Okay.
So I learned from tutorials, and the people I employed, I learned from them too. So that's how they taught me, and I saw myself with 5 shops. And
wow.
With the 5 shops, I have other 2 shops somewhere. Another production house was somewhere, 2 of them. So that's how the story. Then I also had a small studio because when I was working, I had a small studio which I was doing editing. Because when I was learning electronic, I had a guy too who had his small camera. So when he usually go to cover event or to shoot, I used to like maybe dodge. I go and dodge from work and go and see how
and learn,
to go and learn, because I had passion in whatever camera. If I just see with your camera, I'll just be
videography, photography.
Obviously. So that's how the story. I had my small studio there. What I used to do is every weekend, because people knew that I'm into videography too, I used to take events to wedding to go and cover wedding. When I have a wedding to do, I'll go and rent cameras. I'll look for technician. My colleagues will go and do it. They give me the image, I'll edit it. And all the editing, the work, I learned through tutorials.
On YouTube?
On YouTube. So that's how the story started. But I think 4 years ago, one day I sat in the house. My neighbor called, where am I? I said, I'm at home. He said, I've broken your shop. I said, wow. I just thought it's a joke. Arriving there, I saw the shop empty.
The tailoring shop?
The tailoring shop. They came and carried all the machines, carry dresses, carry shoes. Because I extended it, I had an uncle who is at Mokolo. He sells shoes. So he used to give me shoes. I would say, I give back his money. They would share the benefits. I used to sell material too. So one morning, everything was gone.
Everything?
Everything was gone.
From the fabrics to the shoes,
everything
to
was
the machines.
Gone. Everything was gone.
My God.
So I was like this. And that same moment, so I rented a GH5, a camera, to shoot somebody's video. They took it? They took it with all the machines. Some weddings I have covered. They took it inside. In 1 week, I was like this.
Oh, my God.
So life became square zero.
Yeah, you went back.
To
Like,
pay all the workers was not easy. To pay the 1.5 camera they asked for was not easy.
was 1.5 million?
Yes, 1.5 million for the camera that they asked to pay. Then the dresses were done for some marriage, the weddings I've covered.
Oh.
I had to back the money.
So the rushes for the wedding you had covered were all
inside
in the
machine.
camera, in the machine as well.
Yes, they went with it. And life was very difficult. So I ended up
That's some heavy temptation.
all my workers went.
They left.
Even they left.
No
And
one
even
stayed.
no one stayed because it was not easy. It was not easy because I had to, the few machines that were there, I had to sell to advance for the camera. For the shoes, they carried about 400 pairs of shoes. And the least pair of shoes was about 10,000 francs.
Are you serious?
So they left only about 13 pairs of shoes.
I'm sure their bags were full to the brim.
I'm telling
and they
you.
were not able to put those ones.
Well, they caught two people. They caught two people. They caught two people. Like they did three. They came with a car. First round, second round, third round. But they caught two people. But today, like that, I tried to follow the case. But today, I don't know how far about the case. So that's how I started to pay the shops. Was unable to pay. So I ended up in a commissariat with my landlord.
Wow.
So they had to take me out from there. I left again. I went back home. As I went back home, I had one machine which I was working on. So one day, that's how life came back to square zero. I had to work many years. I had to stop music too because by then I was doing music too. So when that event passed like that, I did a music video. I started doing media tour. The man for the camera came after me because when I post, he will see. He said, okay, so you have money to even do video until you are passing on TV, which you have my money. That's how I ended. I kept my career on standby. I went back. And one day I was passing where I am actually today. That's why they said when a door's closed, another one
opens.
I left. One day I was passing where we are today, the building we are today. I see the same system I did. I saw Maison Alloué. Yeah. Because where we were living, we had to, because when I had those shops, like, we left from the room to another bigger room, from another bigger room to a studio. But that studio, we stayed there for too long and the toilet was not good, so we was looking for...
Do you mind if I put a pause there?
No problem,
because
no problem.
Your story is like a cliffhanger. And I know that all the guests are like this, but you know what we have to do.
Obviously.
It's been 30 minutes. You can't believe that you've been telling us this story for 30 minutes. And we're going to go over and get a second musical break, just so your lungs can have some fresh air.
Okay,
and when we come back, we'll pick up from that new building that you found.
Obviously.
All right. On peut avoir une deuxième présentation musicale, s'il vous plaît. Voilà. Ah, c'est le maestro lui-même qui vient.
So, Sakapa. Wana mama melolo, ayololo, no tusta melolo mbea. Idigalo ine mama malowa, idigalo ine mama malowa, bébé. Yeah. Allô, tu es où? Je suis à la maison. Quelle est la maison? Alors, non, m'aurait pas laissé le coin biboine. Oh. Allô, tu es où? Je suis au quartier. Quel quartier? Alors nous m'aurons laissé le comme de maman. Aïe lolo, ne touche pas mes lolombo. Aïe lolo, toi n'a pas mes lolo ma peine. Allô, tu es où? Je suis au quartier. Quel quartier? Alors m'aïe nous balo ambiboine. Idigalo ine mama malowa, isigalo ine mama malowa lele. Isigalo ine mama malowa chérie. Allô, tu es où? Je suis à la maison. Quelle est la maison? Alors, l'homme aurait balé, c'est le Bambi-Boine. Aïe, aïe, aïe. Le mot. Oh, ça. Allo petit de mazou de messe, allo petit de mazou de messe, et petit de mazou de messe, petit de mazou de messe. Oh. Les jeunes filles aiment ce savon, même c'est pour laver, même pour ce savon. C'est pour toucher, même je me toucher. Allo petit de mazou de messe, allo petit de mazou de messe, petit de mazou de messe, allo petit de mazou. Oh, le bouc. Oh, Patrice Mombo à la cuisine, le bouc, ça. Moi je veux non, c'est pour les enfants. Il veut moi je veux non, c'est pour les bébés. Oh, Bobo, tourne-moi ça. Super. Oh, me siga kiate, lele me siga kiate no, me siga kiate nti. Alors que tu demandes une messe, alors que tu demandes une messe. Merci.
Merci. Un peu de pédalé, un peu de pédacho, accompagné par cette plat chaud qui se prépare de l'autre côté. Ah voilà, c'est Midi Live, c'est your live, c'est notre live aussi, hein, et c'est aussi à vous, c'est grâce à vous qu'on est là chaque après-midi. Christelle est déjà dans la maison, mais avant d'aller chez Christelle, il y a cette histoire pétillante that Bilashi Emmanuel was trying to tell us earlier on. And the reason why we're having him on the set today is to use him to inspire a lot of young people who are struggling out there. And each day you wake up in the morning feeling like your breath is going to be taken off, like this is the last of it. You can't hold on, you can't take it. This is a true example that tenacity, hard work, perseverance, and he was not just patient and pushing, he was working. He was preparing himself for better days, and he had a mindset that was amazing. Like they say, mindset of steel. And you saw this house, and you didn't have no kobo.
Obviously. So when I saw the house, I went back, I told Mom, because it was a duplex. So I went to see the landlord. The landlord, I met the landlady. Mm-hmm. When she opened the house, I said, wow. I said, this is not my level. It was just beside the road. Mm-hmm. We saw all the rooms. We climbed up again. I came down. I just said, okay, let me just ask the price. I asked the price. He said 150.
Every month?
Every month. Mm-hmm. I just left. I said that was not for me. But I went back again as I lied down, I was thinking about it. I said, okay, there's no shop now, there's nothing. And we are looking for a house. So it would be a good thing. Maybe I take it and just open a shop there. Same time we are living there. Mm-hmm. So that's how the idea came. I told Mom. And Mom too had one of our meetings that she was in 2 weeks to come. Mm-hmm. So when I pleaded with the landlady, and when I saw the landlord first of all looked at me the way I was first of all saying. He said, this is expensive, you cannot pay it. I said, okay. He opened, I saw it again, we discussed, and I told him that, please, I have a meeting I'm taking on in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. If you can maybe
hold on for me.
Hold on. So I had to go in. I had 100,000. I came and reserved to wait for the 2 weeks to come. So that's how I took the place. I started with sewing and photography there. Mm-hmm. And today it's a very wonderful studio. So
and you're still there?
We are still there.
Wow.
So we had to extend again because there's a neighbor that left. There was another apartment. Mm-hmm. We took it to occupy it because everything is in the same building. We have the restaurant, we have the studio, mm-hmm. and we have the fashion side too. Mm-hmm. We have the audiovisual production side. Mm-hmm. And we have a TV channel too.
Yes, yes.
We have a TV channel too, still the same building. So today, that's what God can do. And as I said in the beginning, the best thing that had ever happened to me is that I have known what suffering is all about.
Yeah.
I used to ask God and ask myself that if I do not pass through all these things,
Would I still be the
who
same
will I have
person?
been today? Because primary school too was not easy. For primary school, I was very brilliant in school, but there was no way to.
No money.
So when I had my first school, where I was schooling, the owner of the school came to see Mom that her children are abroad somewhere in boarding school, Sacred Heart. So there was the last one. I had to go and stay with her to take care of the children, but life there was not easy.
Yeah.
It was not easy at all. So I had to come back again to Mom to start selling, being able to pay my school fees. And today, and to say a testimony that many of my classmates that have gone to school, that have traveled out, and they came to do stage at my place. Some of them came that I should employ them.
Take a 5.
I just look at life, the way life is, and say, wow.
My God.
You can't explain it.
I know.
You can't explain it.
I know. Just imagine being your own boss.
Obviously.
Oh, my God. This is so inspiring. And
having in all the departments, I have a very wonderful team. I have a team of about 20 to 25 people I work with.
We can tell from the images
which is very marvelous, very, very wonderful. So I'm really great. That's why everything I do today, I cannot do something without putting God first.
Of
Because
course.
Without the grace of God and without the love of God, I would not have been where I am today. So I'm so grateful to God for all what I've passed through and for His grace. Yeah.
Give me another high 5.
Thank you very
Amazing.
much.
Amazing. We live for people like you.
Yep.
We live, you're a real incarnation of hope, hard work, steadfastness. You are amazing.
Thank you very much.
Keep doing what you're doing, and this is the reason why we would always open doors for you anytime that you come. Ça va bien? Alors, dis-moi, des astuces aujourd'hui? Ah, tu veux un high 5?
Oui. Oh là là.
Happy New Year.
OK. La chlamydiose est une infection sexuellement transmissible. Ça, c'est bon à savoir. Il s'agit de l'IST bactérienne la plus répandue car hommes comme femmes peuvent être contaminés ou alors que vous soyez jeune ou adulte. Cette infection est souvent asymptomatique. Comme vient de le dire Mayra, ça ne se voit pas sur le visage.
Yep.
Donc, vous pouvez être porteur et vraiment ne pas pouvoir savoir que vous avez la maladie. Alors, il est possible de contacter la chlamydiose plusieurs fois dans sa vie car l'immunité acquise contre cette bactérie est très faible. Notons qu'il y a des maladies qu'on n'attrape qu'une seule fois dans sa vie. Tu sais ça, Mayra?
Yeah.
Par contre, pour le chlamydia ou la chlamydiose, vous pouvez l'avoir plusieurs fois. La chlamydiose est causée par une bactérie appelée Chlamydia trachomatis, qui est une bactérie qui doit obligatoirement infecter les cellules pour se développer. Maintenant, le mode de transmission se fait par voie sexuelle, qu'il s'agit des rapports sexuels anaux-vaginaux, anogénitaux ou bucogénitaux, ou tout simplement des rapports sexuels normaux. Donc, il s'agit de tout type de rapports sexuels non protégés, mais aussi, malheureusement, ça peut se transmettre de la mère à l'enfant à l'accouchement. OK, les symptômes. Une maladie très souvent sournoise, vous pouvez l'avoir sans toutefois savoir que vous êtes malade. Mais dans les cas, il y a certains cas que, après quelques semaines de contamination, les symptômes se font voir en fait. Alors, les symptômes diffèrent naturellement de l'homme chez la femme. On va commencer chez l'homme. Pour ce qui est des symptômes chez l'homme, vous aurez écoulement d'un liquide blanchâtre au niveau du pénis, brûlure et picotement quand vous urinez, douleur au niveau des testicules, ça c'est chez l'homme. Maintenant, chez la femme, on a les douleurs pendant les rapports sexuels, mal au bas-ventre, écoulement blanchâtre, abondant et nauséabond de la partie vaginale, douleurs pendant la niction et on a aussi les saignements après les rapports sexuels. Notez que vous soyez vierge ou pas, vous pouvez avoir le chlamydia. Hormis le fait que c'est transmissible de la mère à l'enfant à la naissance, il y a des gens qui croient qu'ils sont bandits. Ils ne font pas le rapport sexuel, ils disent qu'ils sont vierges, mais ils font des rapports sexuels bucco-vaginaux. On a des fellations, on a des cunnilingus. Et là, vous pouvez contacter le chlamydia. Mayra.
Right, absolutely.
Voilà. Notons qu'en cas d'absence de symptômes, une personne infectée peut transmettre l'infection au cours d'un rapport sexuel non protégé. Maintenant, pour ce qui est des complications, les complications à long terme de chlamydiose sont beaucoup plus risquées et plus inquiétantes chez la femme, car une infection non traitée pourrait provoquer une inflammation de l'utérus et des trompes de Fallope. Et quand on parle de trompes de Fallope, ça cause naturellement l'infertilité et des grossesses extra-utérines.
Oh.
Du côté de l'homme, une infection à chlamydia non traitée pourrait causer une inflammation de la prostate et des testicules. Notons aussi que ce soit chez l'homme ou chez la femme, l'infection à chlamydia expose à un grand risque accru d'infection au VIH/SIDA. Faites-vous dépister, les gars. Voilà, maintenant on passe au traitement. C'est la partie qui me retient au Cameroun. Alors, pour ce qui est du traitement, on a les astuces de grand-mère, mais surtout aller à l'hôpital. Hein.
Tu sais,
L'hôpital, c'est
bientôt, il
toujours
doit
la
partir.
meilleure option. Voilà. Alors, pour ce qui est du traitement traditionnel, nous pouvons avoir 2 litres d'eau. On va prendre 2 litres d'eau, 10 citrons verts. Allez-y sur les petits citrons, non sur les lemons, les petits citrons verts. Ajoutez-en une poignée d'ail. Ça vient souvent en gousse comme ça, quand ce n'est pas encore détaché. Une poignée. Du gingembre et du curcuma. Mélangez tout ça, faites bouillir. Et l'infusion, vous allez prendre un verre le matin, un verre le soir. Et c'est sur long terme quand même. Hein.
Okay.
Mais si vous constatez que vous êtes vraiment à bout de votre maladie, gars, allez à l'hôpital. Parce que franchement, les astuces là...
Il faut toujours aller d'abord voir le médecin.
Voilà. Moi, il restait tout.
Merci. So we're really happy to have you this afternoon. And what would you say is one of the things, I know that you have probably a lot of things that stood out for you during your journey. What was the most important of them all?
Well, I would say the most important of them all is music.
Okay.
Because with music has helped a lot to create a lot of connections with people. So as an artist, people get to discover that I'm a fashion designer.
Yeah.
They come. People get to discover that I'm a photographer. They come. So I said the most important thing.
And while they're waiting for all of this, there's food downstairs in the restaurant.
Obviously. So music has done a great part in who I am today. In terms of music paying, it has not paid, but it has paid in another way through the connections and all of that. Yeah.
Would you say you're a happy man now?
I'm a very happy man because when I look at where I'm coming from, where I am today, God has done more than enough to me.
And one beautiful thing that you did, Mom used to, fry the puff balls that you sell around.
Obviously.
I want you to tell us yourself.
Okay. Because Mom used to fry puff, even though at a certain point I had to go and pay for work for her to learn fashion designing too. So she's also a tailor, she sews.
Ah, and she works with you?
Yes, she works with me.
Amazing.
So it's true, there are certain times she does not, because we are more focused on male designs and stuff like that. So when she has her work, she does. So she used to fry puff, but she's someone that loves to do business. So what I did
That's where you got it from, actually.
Obviously, from her. So I opening the restaurant, actually, I didn't tell her I was opening it for her. So when everything was set, I managed it for a certain period of time with her, working with me too, because she was at the kitchen with other workers too. So it's a certain point I had to hand everything over to her and tell her the surprise that actually the restaurant was not for me, but for her. So she's very happy,
really
and
happy
she's
with
managing
that.
her restaurant.
I'm sure that's one of your songs that we're having on the screen. Si on peut avoir ça en plein son, s'il vous plaît, la régie, merci.
Mes lendemains, that was a song.
Ah, Mes lendemains, that's the song?
Yes.
Okay. I would love to hear a piece of it.
Celui qui a su tes lendemains, c'est Dieu qui a su nos lendemains. Yahweh, tu as su. C'est Dieu qui a su mes lendemains. C'est lui qui a su tes lendemains. C'est Dieu qui a su nos lendemains. Yahweh, tu as su. Quand tu regardes devant, derrière toi, autour de toi, personne pour t'aider, mon frère, personne pour te soutenir, ma soeur. Oh. Pendant que les autres vont à l'école, réussissent dans tout ce qu'ils font, Ne dis pas que tu es maudit. Lorsque la vie te semble difficile, lève la voix et chante cette mélodie. C'est Dieu qui assure mes lendemains. C'est lui qui assure tes lendemains. C'est Dieu qui assure nos lendemains. Yahweh, tu assures. Mes amis, la vie n'est pas facile comme on le pense. Il faut beaucoup travailler chaque jour qui se lève. Gardons toujours espoir en Dieu, car nos vies sont entre ses mains. C'est Dieu qui assure mes lendemains. C'est lui qui assure tes lendemains. C'est Dieu qui assure nos lendemains. Yahweh, tu assures.
Listener, you're the only person that can advise me now. You're the only motivational speaker I would want to listen to. You see, not all these ones on the internet, we don't even know their background, their story, where they're coming from, just copy and pasting. Now, if you talk to me about perseverance, I'll believe you. If you talk to me about the light at the end of the tunnel, even though we would love to see it too at the beginning to guide us through,
Obviously.
I would hear you because you are a perfect example of someone who went through it all. And the amazing thing is you're still so young. Obviously. And I know that more doors will open, your business is going to boom, and tomorrow you'll be owning your own duplex.
Obviously.
And many more.
Many more.
And many more, trust me. I'm sure your mom is so proud of you, and I know she's always been. But you know the most important thing you did for that woman was standing up for her when somebody was violating her rights, you know, putting her through domestic violence, showing you nothing but wickedness and all of that. And you stood up for her. A lot of women do, you know, they die every day. We see that on the internet. This one died because the husband, this one is in the hospital because the husband poured hot water or this and that. Well, domestic violence is vice versa. But we're talking about your case right now, and that's amazing. So where do you go from here? What are you looking up to?
Well, it's been 4 years today, almost 4 years. I did a musical break because there's one of my songs, Excellent Father, which was nominated in Atlanta, USA. So after that, with what happened with the shops, with the thieves taking everything, I had to do a musical break to focus more on business, establish myself, because I have passion for music. And music for me, I would love to use music to inspire my generation, to inspire people. So music for me is not just all about the beat or the melody, but more of the message to impact the society.
I agree.
So, and doing that, being a producer on my own, my manager and everything, it was not easy. So you need money to invest in music. So that's why I had to do a musical break to be able to look for money so that I can continue.
Especially as it's not the music that is even giving you money more.
Obviously, obviously. So the project I have at hand now is, I have a new song which is coming out very soon. I have the remix too of this same Lendemain, more danceable, which is coming after this, and a lot more of project. And given that there's one part of me I did not say, I'm also a humanitarian.
I know, this one could not be absent.
I used to go to hospitals, like I'll see people that have been there for more than 1 year, 2 years, I'll assist to pay their hospital bills, assist to buy, maybe, conditions,
I know.
some conditions are
they're worse
horrible.
than what you went through, right?
Very, very worse than what I went through, Mom. So that's why I just decided to dedicate my life to serve God and to serve humanity. So those are the projects I'll be doing, more of humanitarian work, music, and expanding business. So
amazing.
Yeah,
Bilashi, would you like to leave the televiewers your number so if they want to reach out? Do you train? You train as well a lot, right?
Yes,
those who want to come for training, those who want to be your clients, and all that. Your camera is right there. Probably look into it, and then you give your contacts.
To get to me, the name on social media, you can get to Bilashi the Messenger as artist, or you can get to Bilashi Fashion House or Bilashi Studios. So my contact is 699-004247.
Maybe you take that over again.
699-004247.
Okay.
My MTN is 671-288671.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming.
And thank you so much. It's a pleasure being on set today with you, and it's always going to be a pleasure to meet you and to share ideas with you.
No. The pleasure is all mine for coming right here all the way to share your story. And you don't know what this message will do for someone that is watching. And amazingly well done.
Thank you very much.
Good job.
Thank you so much.
Keep pushing. And I don't need to tell you that don't give up, because you know what that means already.
Obviously, Mom.
Chef, je dois te laisser. Hein. Je dois partir. Je
Tu
me
pars
sais
où?
pas de toi. Je me sais pas de toi. Et c'est
Comment
depuis
ça?
que l'année ici a commencé, j'ai vu mon chèque. Tu as faroté, Mayra.
Ok, on le fait tout à l'heure.
D'accord. Alors, tu vas nous laisser le numéro. C'est prêt, non?
C'est
prêt.
déjà prêt. Notre invité
Tu
peut
veux qu'il
manger.
vienne ou bien?
Ok. Il peut venir voir
Maybe
son
you
plat.
go look at your plates, your food, and then you're going to come back and sign in the golden book.
Okay, Mom.
I'm leaving you with Chef for a few minutes.
Bonjour.
No, you stand this way. Yes.
Amazing.
Face à la caméra.
Wow.
Voilà vos boulettes de porc.
Ok, ça fait
de
plaisir
plantain. De déguster.
de déguster.
Voilà.
C'est beau à voir, joli, tout ça.
Merci.
Ah, c'est
Ok.
joli.
Very beautiful plate. Wow.
Bon, je peux donner déjà son assiette.
Oui,
On
oui,
s'est
oui,
installé.
ils reviennent avec. Yes, you can take your plate. Entre-temps, chef, tu nous files le
Thank you very
numéro.
much.
Ok. Chef Dominique Patrice Manga répond au 6 99 63 57 93. Établissement MMDS, formation gratuite.
Gratuit. Voilà, c'est vraiment gratuit, hein. C'est pas
Voilà.
juste des paroles en l'air. Alors, merci à toute l'équipe. Thank you so much, guys. And like I always say, je suis certes la personne que vous voyez tout le temps bavarder, cha, mais ceux qui cuisinent vraiment cette marmite que vous voyez, le rendu à la fin, c'est cette équipe magnifique de beaucoup de personnes, plus de 40 là derrière qui bossent pour que vous puissiez voir le visage de Mayra, de Christelle, de Chef et tout le monde. Vraiment, c'est à vous aujourd'hui. Merci. Alors, c'est vrai qu'on va sortir avec la musique comme d'hab. Merci à Essola. Pourquoi tu me fais penser à cette comédienne-là? Essola, qui connaît cette fameuse série qui passait? Ça nous a bercé. Oui. Ah, ça a bercé mon enfance. Je ne sais pas pour vous. Hein. Alors, Vanessa et Patrick, thank you so much for today. On donne ce numéro magnifique.
Oui, le fouet bande répond au 693 62 53 85. 693 62 53 85 pour tout événement. Nous sommes événementiels. Nous animons les mariages, anniversaires, cassations et autres.
Ah,
Merci.
cassation. D'accord. Oui, c'est vrai. C'est vrai que maintenant, ça chauffe beaucoup plus de ce côté-là. C'est une dinguerie, comme on dit souvent. Alors, oui, n'en parlons même pas de cette histoire. De Christelle et moi, it's a goodbye from this end of today's edition of MIDI Live. We love you. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Mama tingiwe, ha baby wo my love you akuku wo my tingiwe. Girl, I'm a song, I'm a minga. Zamina mama tingi we. Oh chérie, oh my love you we. Oh baby, oh I'm a tingi we. Mami boo, I'm a tingi mongo makunya sala. Makunya na mama na tabagibo. Makunya na papa oh, papa na wa ibie. Ah baby, oh my tingi we. Magala masunga maminga wa mama tingi we. Amo izamina mama tingi we. Okoko wa my love you we. Oh baby wa mama tingi we. Uba. Anoa Mazanga Taina Monga Tabanganoa Matana Maula Taina Monga Yamanoa Tana Mazanga Taina Monga Tabanganoa Je t'ai bébé, je t'aime à mourir. Oh chérie, je t'aime à mourir. Ah coco, je t'aime à mourir. Oh chouchou, je t'aime à mourir. Oh bébé, oh, je t'aime à mourir. Je cherche, je ne vois qui touche comme toi. Je fouille, je ne vois personne qui caresse comme toi. Je cherche, je ne vois personne qui fait comme. Je fouille, je ne vois personne qui touche comme toi. Je te jure, bébé, oh, allez-y, oh. Si, allez-y, oh. Oh coco, allez-y. Oh bébé, je t'aime à mourir. Oh chérie, je t'aime à mourir. Ah bébé, oh, je t'aime à mourir. Makalmazinga chérie, makalmazinga bébé, oh oh. Makalmazinga coco, oh oh. Makalmazinga chérie, oh oh. Makalmazinga chérie, makalmazinga baby, oh oh. Makalmazinga baby, makalmazinga baby, oh yeah yeah. Teliga, yeah, okay. Shut up. Oh. C'est là-bas, hey. Oh.